guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at some TikToks that are meant to confuse you.
What's that one basic human concept that your brain just cannot wrap your head around? Because mine is and always will be the fact that I exist outside of my own perception. That will never sit right with me. Like, yes, I see people every day and I know they got their own conscience, like whatever. But to think that when I'm looking at someone and talking to them, they're looking at me, they're looking at my fucking face and having thoughts and opinions, and I have a little identity in their mind.
Exactly, and think of it, they could literally have a bad impression of you. Something else I used to be really insecure about is how other people viewed me. Because whenever you look at yourself on your phone, especially in like Snapchat, you look amazing. However, in real life, it's kind of flipped. And then if you ever look in the mirror, you might look at yourself and think, oh my god, I look good. But then like someone takes a photo on their phone of you and you're like, oh my god, I look like that. Like, especially on the camera, that app ruins confidence levels. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like how you look in photos isn't how you look in real life. That's why I never judge someone off a photo, because I'm telling you right now, some of the photos that I take, I look absolutely horrific.
This one is actually pretty mind-blowing. For me, it's the fact that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Anne Frank were both born in 1929, and today they're associated with two completely different points in history.
Exactly, and something else that is really fascinating, which I found out recently, is that Joe Biden was alive when Hitler was alive. I don't know why, but whenever you think of like really historical things, you probably think of them happening hundreds of years ago. Some of them didn't even happen 100 years ago, they happened less than 60 years ago. Right, so Joe Biden was born in 1942, Hitler died in 1945. I don't know why, but whenever I think of someone like Hitler, I think of him being dead for over like 120 years. It was literally less than 80 years ago. It's also crazy how someone who was alive when Hitler was alive is also running the most powerful country in the world. It's a bit sketchy if you ask me.
And additionally, the fact that Queen Elizabeth is older than both of them.
Oh my god, yeah, think of it. Like, Queen Elizabeth is getting close to 100. So even she was alive when Hitler was alive? Nah, I'm sorry. Oh my god, my whole perspective in the world has changed.
You have 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 great-great-grandparents, and 32 great-great-great-grandparents.
And the number just goes on and on and on. But that is going to change, because think of it, gay couples, lesbian couples, they can now get married. Think of it, if someone has gay parents, 2 gay dads, and then they divorce and get married again to more gay people, they're going to have 4 dads. 2 dads and 2 stepdads, but technically 4 dads. And then with lesbians, it would be 2 mums and 2 stepmoms and 2 mums. Oh my god, I don't understand it. Like, my brain's blowing up.
Now, if you go back just 40 generations, that leaves you with a supposed 1 trillion ancestors. Yet, there have only ever been 107 billion humans who have ever existed. So, only explanation, we're all related.
I mean, a lot of Christians do believe Adam and Eve were the first people on the earth, weren't they? They obviously, you know, had children, and then children had children and children. So if we go off the Christian idea, then technically we all are related. So if you've ever kissed someone or like had a child or done the dirty with someone, you've done it with a relative.
How the hell did anyone figure out that if you put certain ridges in a piece of material called vinyl, that you could record any sound you want? What is in the vinyl? What is in there that makes sound? Is it shapes? And who was the first person to do this? What do you mean? Like, you were like, oh, what material can we just make a certain ridge, and then now Queen's gonna play Bohemian Rhapsody and we'll put it in this?
Exactly, like, I don't understand it. I genuinely don't. It's the same with CDs. It's like technology, but it's like, how do they do it? I don't understand it. Like, it actually makes my mind blown. I regret doing this video, you guys, because I've got so many questions.
You might say, Sam, why don't you just Google it? I have Googled it. This is why I drink. It doesn't matter how much you Google it. It's impossible to understand.
I mean, do you want to know something? With stuff like that, I just don't question it. I just live life the way life is made to be lived. My god, that was a bit of a tongue twister, wasn't it? Yet again, that's the questions I just don't ask, because I don't think I'm ready for an answer.
What are these 3 names? David, Alex, Maria. Now I'm about to blow your mind. There's an effect in psychology called the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon, which basically states that you see or hear something for the first time and you start to see and hear it everywhere. For example, you start dating a guy named John, you start to see the name John everywhere. Here's the mind-blowing part. If you combine that psychological effect with the way that social media algorithms work, it gets scary. Watch this. Remember those 3 names I mentioned at the beginning of the video? Now look at the comment section. Why are all of the David, Alex, and Marias commenting?
I mean, that could be because they've got tagged on it. I remember a really long time ago I made a video and I was like, I hate guys called Josh. Every single Josh under the sun commented on it. But I mean, to be fair, that is kind of true. Like, sometimes I'll read something or hear something or think about something and then I see it in real life. It's quite weird, isn't it? Oh my god, I just thought about it. Maybe like my phone can read my thoughts. Oh, that's a bit weird.
This one simple math problem. Let's say I have 3 doors here, A, B, and C, and behind one of these doors is a $1 million check waiting for you, if you choose the right one. Let's say you chose door A. I now reveal to you that door C has nothing behind it and let you switch to door B if you want. Let me ask you a question. Should you switch to door B?
I mean, it depends, because think of it, just because door C has got nothing behind it does not mean that door A doesn't, or door B. Or maybe door C does have something, but like he's saying it's got nothing. Or actually, I don't know what I was trying to get on it. I was trying to be all like mathematical, but it made no sense whatsoever.
I'll make a part 2 to explain the answer.
Okay, we didn't get the answer to part 2, but I'm assuming people probably said B because like they were under the impression that it wasn't behind C, but they chose A, so you might as well choose B. I don't know, I ain't smart.
What's that one basic human concept that your brain just cannot wrap your head around?
That my brain cannot wrap my head around? That my brain cannot wrap my head around? That my brain cannot wrap my head around?
I mean, I think he's having a bit of an American moment, but technically she wasn't, so were we. I didn't even notice that. She meant to say, what's one thing that your head can't wrap your brain around? I don't know. Do you want to know something? I ain't smart.
Temperature inside our body versus temperature outside our body.
Exactly. Did you know that inside your body's temperature is like 60 degrees or something like that? If I feel like my laptop, especially my MacBook, because it gets really hot, sometimes I can tell how hot it is. It'll get up to 62 degrees. I feel it and I'm thinking, oh my god, that thing's about to burn. Like, it's really hot. However, the inside of your body is like that temperature. I mean, I don't really put heating on in my room because I just sit in it and it heats up the room on its own. So maybe I am like my own heater.
So the inside of our body is 97 to 98 degrees all of the time, but we can feel hot or cold depending on the temperature outside of our body.
Oh my god, yeah, actually, I got it wrong. It's even hotter. That's so crazy, isn't it? Thinking about it now, if I like feel my body, like it doesn't feel like that. It feels warm, but like it doesn't feel 90 degrees.
It's 97 to 98 degrees outside of our body. That's very hot. But if our food is 97 to 98 degrees, it's not that hot. And our food could be 140 degrees and it doesn't burn our mouth. But if the sun makes it 140 degrees outside of our body, you're definitely going to burn. And if it's 70 degrees outside of your body, it's very comfortable. But if the inside of your body was 70 degrees, you would be dead.
Yet again, I'm just not gonna ask questions because I don't think I want to know the answer. You see, whenever it comes to stuff like that that tries to make you think, I just skip past it because I don't have a brain that is functional thinking like that.
I always thought everyone can manually unfocus their eyes and make everything blurry.
I can do that, but it is sometimes hard. Wait, let me try and do it now. So I'm gonna look at the camera. I'm looking at the camera right now, and 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I kind of like made it blurry where like everything kind of went into each other. I don't know how I do it, I just do it. Let me try and do it again. Let me try and like look at this light. Yeah, I've done it and now I'm back. Oh my god. I mean, sometimes I can do it and sometimes I can't.
Apparently not everyone can do that.
I mean, if you can or can't, comment down below. I'm really interested. I can definitely do it, but then there's times when I try to do it that I can't do it. And then there's times I don't want to do it and my eyes automatically do it. Oh, we got a granny. Oh.
Stop investigating death and decontaminating dead bottle of wine!
I don't know what that granny was saying, but I can tell you she does not sound happy. Old people are so cute, but they're also so evil. Something that looks so sweet and innocent and her's got a right devil inside of it, hasn't it?
Money, because you're trying to tell me we were all happily farming, self-sustaining, trading with each other, showing love, and we all just decided to give that up for some paper.
Well, think of it. Technically, if you live on your own on a farm in the middle of nowhere, you don't have money. Money doesn't exist. If you've got your own house which you built yourself, like let's imagine you like ran into like a farm and never left there. If you wanted to, you can make like your own little village. You can make your own house. You could get your own animals, breed them, kill them to eat them for food. You know, you're not gonna have to pay anyone rent, are you?
You mean to tell me we just wanted and willingly created disparities, poverty, and pain? We're on a floating rock. How does this make sense? Make it make sense.
I mean, I probably disagree with that because like it's always been around. There's always been rich people and always been poor people. That's just the way life is. There's been slavery since time, you know, whether it was in Africa, whether it was Britain, white and white. There was also black and black slavery. A lot of people don't know that. There was also a lot of slavery as of Japan because they enslaved a lot of people. There's a lot of stuff that's happened all over the world, but one thing with her that I do agree with is the floating rock. We are just a floating rock in space.
Mine is when you go to bed and close your eyes, you know that you will inevitably fall asleep, although you're not sure when, and you won't actually realize you have until you wake up the next morning, which feels like 5 minutes later.
Exactly, and I also read an article recently saying that 80% of people can put their head in a pillow and they'll be able to be asleep within the space of 15 minutes. Am I the only person who can't do that? I have noticed that whenever I sleep best is whenever I've got an early morning routine. When I say that, I mean if I'm up by 5 a.m. and in bed by about 9:30, 10 p.m. at the latest, I can literally be asleep within the space of 5 minutes. It's crazy. That's why I always say to people, you know, if you want to be productive and have good sleep, wake up at 5 a.m., go to sleep at 9 p.m. You're really tired at 9 and you literally put your head in a pillow, fall asleep, and you wake up at 5 wide awake. It's quite crazy, isn't it? Because whenever I go to sleep at like 5 a.m. and wake up at 2 p.m., I'm not really getting as much sleep as what I would if I'm going to sleep at 9 p.m. and getting up at 5. Yet again, the world is a crazy place.
Why have astronauts never been to the sun? Like, I get it, like, it's hot and all, but like, go at night, like when there's not a fire in the sky, because then it won't be hot.
I think that's another American moment, and I think that's where we're gonna leave the video there. I mean, you don't know, maybe one day in the future we'll be able to get onto the sun, but I don't think that'll happen in my lifetime. Anyways, that's some TikToks that'll make you question everything. I definitely did, and I don't want to question anything anymore. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a subscribe, and just I'll see you all in my next video.